Well, Dr. Scott, let's talk about last night's vigil. You know, there was a lot of speculation that potentially the killer or killers would maybe show up there. Do you think investigators were able to gather anything helpful from the vigil last night?
I would not be surprised. In my work in collaboration with the FBI in the past, that is something that is always emphasized, is that many times a perpetrator of violence, a person who has committed a crime of this magnitude, will often return to the scene of the crime. And there is generally a sense of satisfaction or a pleasurable experience that they get from re-experiencing their presence there from the night before, and maybe even sometimes feeding off the grief that is being experienced around them.
We know this search is certainly ongoing and that forensic results are now starting to come back. What do you think would be the biggest clue in those results?
Well, first of all, in the most recent, I've been following it throughout the day myself, and will be fascinated to find out what they find out from DNA. So if there's DNA that indicates the number of individuals that might have been involved in this crime, I think that's going to be extremely important in narrowing down what the motivations were. And as soon as more information is released about the actual environment of the crime scene itself. So crime scene investigators on the site might be looking at a number of factors about things that may not have shown up in the first 2 weeks, that maybe they're starting to put these pieces together now and create a picture of how the individual or individuals made entry into the site and the order in which the crimes were perpetrated, and build up a picture from there to create a profile, which of course the federal agents on the scene and being consulted at this time would be very helpful with.
Well, last question for you, Dr. Scott. You know, it's been more than 2 weeks at this point. A lot of people are wondering if the case is getting colder as each day passes. Of course, we're not the experts here. What do you think?
I think we get a mixed message from popular media. One of the messages that gets directed to us is how important in certain crimes the time duration, the chronology is. And we know, just as an off example, when children are abducted, what is most crucial is that first 4-hour period, of course, so we can use telemetry to figure out how far the perpetrator might have taken the victim. But in cases like this, I think it's really important to trust the process of law enforcement, because they are going to be putting together additional information. They may very well be in the process of interviewing other friends, other classmates, peers, to find out what was going on in the social environment. Maybe there are additional factors about interactions amongst the students that will open up more information and give clues about possible perpetrators.
Yeah, because we just want these families certainly to get some justice here. Dr. Scott, thank you so much. And we know you have thoughts on some of the speculation that the killer may be an incel. We will talk about that live with Dr. Scott in our next hour. And then all news Sunday night, a NewsNation special report, Idaho murder mystery. Senior national correspondent Brian Enton live in Idaho, sharing stories from this community as the search for the killer continues. It's this Sunday, 9 p.m. Eastern, only on NewsNation. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.